Good evening. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're going to talk about natural ways to slow down or even prevent dis-ease or disease.
That's right.
And this is Cheryl Turner, Master Coordinator, and my daughter, Aimee Bontrager, and she is a director.
That's right.
And now we're going to talk about my journey. I've had 3 run-ins now with cancer, and the first one was 14 years ago. And we found out then that an advocate makes a huge difference. And the first 2 doctors said they had to take my arm to save my life. And then I found a doctor at the Mayo who might be able to save it. He took 4 biopsies in his office. A PET scan showed it in my lymph nodes. I reacted to the PET scan dye. It was a mess. I was what they called stage 3.5. I had an infection from the port surgery, acute renal failure, and they gave me 6 months to live 14 years ago. We even put this business in Marty's name because they told me to get ready. So when Marty and I started fighting this, he was my advocate. I was supposed to have 5 days of 24/7 chemo. It turned into 18 days in the hospital, 6 days in ICU. So we're just grateful. Then they sent me home for a month, and Amy's daughter was a teenager at the time, and she came and stayed with me because Marty had a trip planned with our doctor's husband. A bunch of guys were biking out to the West Coast, and her daughter came and took care of me. And she was what, 14 at the time, 15?
Yeah.
And Marty gave me shots for my white blood cell count to get me back the strength to have that surgery. And he brought me meals in bed. So it's a long, hard battle. Now here we are 14 years later, and we find out it's back, basically. But they told me it wasn't if, it was when, that it would definitely come back. I had a lot of prayer, great care, and powerful nutrition. When I told my doctor that, she said the nutrition helped the prayer and care do their job.
That's right.
So we're grateful. And I had an MRI for fatty tissue on my elbow last April. We're going, this isn't a big, quick coverage here. Yeah, this is just a quick recap. And in April, you can go back and look at the slides and see what's on there. But it's all just part of the journey. And in April, they did an MRI for fatty tissue on my elbow. I had a small lesion. And so I contacted the cancer doctor, and he said, it's probably nothing. We'll keep an eye on it. And he booked an MRI for November. 2 months later, our car's packed. We're heading to Chicago for our big wellness event. I was sitting at the dining room table, reached for an envelope, and the humerus bone in my right arm shattered. Amy was here at the time because she was up here because she just had her first grandson born. But she happened to be with us, and she and Marty got me to the hospital. Marty thought it was dislocated and they could just bring me, but Amy knew it was more serious and called an ambulance. But the ER doc at the hospital called the chair of orthopedic surgery at the U of M because he was the cancer doctor who saved my arm 14 years ago. And that doctor put a whole team together. They call it the tumor team. And we began another war campaign. And it was back. They put a titanium patch on the shattered bone, and the tumor team developed a plan to contain it. We had a second surgery, removed the humerus bone and soft tissue. Third surgery removed more muscle and soft tissue. And then there was a new joint dislocated, and it is now floating in my arm because there isn't enough material in there to hold that new bone together. And I'm going to show you some of those pictures, but we're working on a plan to secure it. In fact, Amy and I are meeting with a doctor tomorrow.
That's right.
Marty's
Journey.
Yeah, Marty's in Miami right now. Now here's them coming to the house and taking me out on a gurney.
Yeah.
And in the hospital, I had a lot of special care. They took really good care of me. And now we're going to show you some of the bone shots. Look at this. The one on the left is where the bone shattered going down. It didn't break in half. It just shattered the long way. And you can see all those little dashes are bone shards in my arm. And then the second picture is the new bone that they put in with the joint. And if you look at the third picture, that new bone goes into my original bottom humerus bone. So you can see how they injected it way down in there to secure it. But now the picture on the right it's dislocated. So it's still
supposed
in that
to be up in the
Yeah,
cavity there.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's dislocated, it's down, it's still secure, but it's not where it's supposed to be. And now close your eyes if there's children in the room, because the next slide is some of the scarring tissue. The first picture is right after, a week after surgery. It
Mm,
actually was looking pretty good in that picture. And then 4 weeks and 6 weeks, and then another one on the 6 week after it dislocated
mm.
because it did some bruising. So they're concerned about it. And tonight we're going to talk about how you can defend yourself. Now, I've been very fortunate that I was doing powerful nutrition long before I was diagnosed with cancer. And that really made a difference. I'm going to have Aimee talk about some of the things you can do.
Right, and we are doing a happy hour, right?
Right.
Healthy happy hour. So we're going to take our shots.
So if you've got your mocktails or shots, join us.
We've got the
Cheers.
BioCell Life by Modere, and we're going to go ahead and take our shots.
Cheers.
Because this is one of the ways that we get extra nutrients and vitamins throughout our days.
We call it a power shot.
It's got like a little bit of a lot of these things mixed into it. And as you know, no single food is going to be a miracle cure, right? But together, a balanced diet of healthy foods that are well sourced and hopefully, as organic as possible.
Right.
You want as few pesticides as possible. And there are, H2 is a good way to clean some of that off, actually. You can
Right.
use
That's
that
our
with,
organic cleaner.
yep, absolutely. Our green cleaner. So just, a balanced diet focusing on a lot of like, your red vegetables and fruits are great for heart health and purple as well for blood
Mhm.
health. And I mean, different groups fight different things, right? The
Right.
oranges, the sweet potatoes, and all the turmeric kind of things are great for inflammation and stuff like that. So there's a lot of great information out there in the multiverse of the webs that you can find. And some of the foods that you want to limit, obviously all things in moderation, right? Alcohol, processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, deli meats, fast foods, very few of them are not using
Right.
bad oils and really heavily processed and preserved foods. And of course, sugar drinks and sugar substitute drinks. The diets are not better for you,
Right.
despite what you may hear. And of course, and actually, even a long time ago when we were younger, these foods weren't as, I think,
Right.
detrimental as they are now.
As toxic as they are today.
Yeah. So it's best to just limit that and have as much fresh and raw and whole foods as possible.
We took your nephew to Burger King once when your sister was coming home at the airport. She wasn't there yet. And we went into Burger King to get ice cream. And little Silas was like 4, and he looked at the lady and goes, "We don't eat fast food." And then she looks at him and goes, "But we eat fast ice cream. Can I have a cone?" So they knew when they were little, they don't eat fast food.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, there are a ton of different popular diets today. I mean, you can see the list here. There's flexitarian. I think that's what I'm, something like an opportunivore, something like that. But the Mediterranean, there's the pesco, the vegan, and of course, the carnivore is another healthy one that you wouldn't really maybe think about that isn't on here.
It's worked for thousands of years.
But it also depends on your blood type, on your body type, on what works for you, because we're not all supposed to eat the same and get the same,
Right.
we don't all have the same deficiencies. So that's why, these kind of things are
Oh,
great supplements
it's
and
so
the
good.
multivitamins and, figuring out what your body is lacking and adding to it
And
through
these are
the supplement.
And these are so concentrated. You're supposed to take
Yeah.
a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Is it once or twice?
Twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yep.
So we like the little glasses.
Yeah.
Little shot glass.
Yep.
Power shot.
Yeah, little power shots. And moving right along, again, of course, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, preservatives. Stay away from the artificial stuff as much as possible. It's like not even
Right.
real food, right? Clinical studies on ingredients are everywhere. The labels are not always 100%, but they're much better these days, I think,
Right.
than they used to be. So natural ingredients and also, what you're using to cook with is very important. You want
Right.
to use, stainless steel, glass, cast iron is one of my favorites. But stay away from, the aluminum and the nonstick and the chemically coated stuff because
Right.
that gets scratched and then you get all of that little chemicals in your food and into your body. And
Right.
It's just, it seems like a good idea, but there are ways to make all of these other types of pots and pans also non-stick. So very important to do your own consumer safety research.
Right.
And I would also like to add to this health kind of, diagram that we have with, of course, life balance, positive thinking,
Right.
fitness, drink lots of water, and the electrolytes I love that we have through
Aren't they? And
Shackley.
they taste good
Yeah,
too.
I add those to my water, and the energy stuff is amazing too. But also, if you can fast intermittently, I think that helps a lot, and it's free.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. In the morning is probably one of the best times to do
Right.
it because you already have that, maybe 8 or more hour kickstart from when you had dinner to when you wake up.
Right.
So then, if you can kind of just have some lemon water or ginger water or something like that, that will actually help to kick in your metabolism and flush out, the toxins and the extra stuff, that gives your body time to actually attack the fat cells and to repair the good cells.
So I could
And
have my ginger tea in the morning.
absolutely. And even I think even coffee is okay because that does help start your metabolism. Now people are going to have different opinions about that. And it depends on how rigorous, you want to be about it. But, little bit of fasting here and there is very helpful. If you can do it longer, great. Get to that autophagy, and
Right.
really help your cells repair themselves. And then, of course, we've just got another list here of just really good, healthy, whole foods.
Yep.
And again, I don't see red meat on here, but steak and red meat, as long as it's well sourced,
Hmm.
is very good for you. I
Right.
mean, it's got, the bioavailability
Right.
of the nutrients in it. I
Yeah.
mean, you get zinc, selenium, B12. It's higher compared to
In red
most
meat. Right.
plant-based, yeah, proteins. And, it's complete protein.
Right.
And so it contains all 9 essential amino acids necessary for muscle repair, growth, and the production of enzymes and hormones. So it helps you to fight fatigue and brain fog, which,
Nice.
I think it can be kind of demonized a little bit here and there, but all things in moderation.
Right.
Again, I think it's important to have a balance personally. And then just back to the little recap, organic, as much organic as possible. I know it can be hard sometimes. And a lot of
Hmm.
people are now growing more of their own food, which
Right.
is amazing if you
Right.
have that ability. Um, you know, Whatever you're using for pans and also what you cook in. A lot of us are using, air fryers now. They're not all made equally.
Yeah.
So you want to check the consumer product information on all of that. And feeding your spirit and your mind is
Right.
so important, and it ties everything in together because you can eat healthy and exercise and do all the things, but if you're constantly negative thinking
Mhm.
and telling yourself negative things,
Yep.
it's not going to help you,
You're gonna
yeah,
definitely cause problems in your body, your physical
that's
body.
right, it all manifests.
And the reason we chose the supplements we did is because of the integrity of this company. I mean, they've spent $500 million. You guys, that's $500 million on research and development. They do 350 harmful contaminant tests, 3 times the pesticide tests,
Mm.
and they have over 100,000 quality tests they run annually. And Shackley's done so much. They are just getting started. We're the fastest growing company of our size and tenure in North America, and we are at launch. Jump on and buckle up. We are ready for liftoff. And this is part of the reason these products work so good. They did 2 studies. One was a 10, one was a 20-year study. You can print this out or ask the person who shared the video with you to share the landmark studies.
Yeah.
And they had healthier levels. 32% less triglycerides, 141% higher levels of D3, and that helps fight cancer and a lot of other diseases.
Absolutely.
And there was 32% higher levels of HDL, 36% lower levels of C-reactive protein. And down below, these are the percentages of less meds.
Hmm.
97% less meds for the 20 to 30, 89 lower meds for 40 to 59, and 83% lower meds for 60 plus. That's powerful.
That's powerful. Yep.
And the nutrition program that I took, there are several options you can have. I've been in a place when my kids were growing up, I was a broke single mom. I didn't have a lot of choices. In fact, when I came to this company, I thought when I started, if nothing else, I could earn free product. And that would be wonderful. I never dreamt it would get away and I'd have a 6-figure income, but I'm glad it did. But this is a basic program you could start with. You need a good multi. You need organic cold processed protein. I didn't know how important that was.
Yeah.
Recently, now they've had studies come out about how many proteins have lead in them. So make
Yeah.
sure you're getting good protein. You
Yeah.
need pre and probiotics, zinc, B's, D3C, and you need 2,000 IUs a day. That can reduce breast cancer by 50%. That's of
Yeah.
D3. And then you need E. And the Vitally Gold is our multi. We have a Shaklee Life Shake. We've got alfalfa, zinc, Optiflora, and Nutrifuron. Those are some of the basics that I would want for a beginning program.
For immunity building.
Yep. Then if you can do better, do better. We have something called Vitalizer. There's a picture of a Vitalizer strip here. It's several vitamins. It's a full spectrum of minerals, antioxidants, omega-3s, probiotics, and more. And they have a smart delivery system. And that stands for Shaklee Micronutrient Advanced Release Technology. We've got a life shake and it tastes so good. One day I made our shakes and they didn't taste very good. And I thought, oh, what's wrong? And then I realized I forgot the protein. When the protein adds more creaminess and richness, that's a good thing. And
Yeah.
then our little Modere Power Shots.
Yeah.
This is so full of nutrients and it's got so much that you can do and you can spread it out. I mean, if you buy a bottle and you only do 1 tablespoon a day, you're still getting a ton of nutrients. So
Yeah.
take whatever you can extra B, C, D, E, omegas, Carotamax, Flavomax, and Herblax if you have trouble with a lot of meds that you've been on, if it constipates you, and then liver detox to help get that stuff out of your system. And this
Yeah.
has really helped me this time.
Yeah, and the way that they're processed too does make a huge difference
Yep.
because it makes them bioavailable.
The efficacy is beyond
Yeah.
anything I've ever seen.
Mhm.
And then the best program would be our life strip. That's what I take every day. We've got a program that has the life strip in it and Vivix and Nutrifuron, which was created by the doctor who discovered interferon
Mhm.
in Europe. And Shaklee contacted him and asked him to make an organic form as close as he could. So our building blocks are controlled by that DNA. And cancer, you guys, it ages you. I'm in my mid 70s. And like I said, I've had cancer now 3 times. This last time I had 2 types of cancer at the same time, both a sarcoma and bone cancer, but had tests this week and they found zero trace. So cancer's 0, Cheryl's 3 on that battle.
Amen.
And our products are not a cure by any means, but they have helped me prepare myself for a war I did not know was coming.
Yeah.
But we take MindWorks for our brain. We also have something called mental acuity. And I took one of those. A dose is 3, but I took one a day for almost 20 years just because I knew it would help and I didn't think I needed a full dose. And I find out that it has 12,000% of B12. So for those 20 years, I was getting 4%, 4,000% of B12. And it's a good way to start brain health for you. But our stress relief has made a huge difference. I actually hardly ever took those, but now I take one at night before I go to sleep. And we have Mood Lift. I haven't taken any of those with these battles. And the Mood Lift really makes a difference. Like for Marty, he takes Mood Lift every single day. And joint health has made a huge difference. I buy a package called RX for a healthier life. And when you buy that package that has the Vivix, the Nutrifuron, and the um, Life Strip, you get any product you want for only $10. So I can get an extra Vivix or whatever. Sometimes I go into the youth organic skincare line. We have fabulous products. And I'll get one of those items for $10. And they are toxin free, and that will slow the radiation damage. And then, of course, green cleaners make a huge difference when you're fighting for your life. And an easy way to start is just take our little health tech AI quiz. It's called Meology. Again, ask the person who shared this with you for a link.
That's right. And speaking of the mood lift and the stress relief and all of that, when you're taking care of others and taking care of yourself, you have to really take care of yourself with your mood as well and be able to cheer up and chill out, which are some of, our family's favorite gummies. And we have, stomach soothing complexes, chewable Cal Mag, which help you sleep and help you with your bone health. I mean, Triple Boost, that's one of my dailies. I just put it in my water. And
Love
it's
it.
just, it's just an extra little immunity booster. Of course, the Optiflora DI is amazing. Gentle Sleep, Extra C's. I love those chewables too.
Drink Serene, we call that now. I should have updated that.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, it's really important to also keep an edge off on that stress because stress is is a killer,
It's
you
like on the
know?
planes, they say put the mask over your mouth
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You need to do that with nutrition and
Yeah.
self-care for you when you're taking care of somebody.
That's right. And stress will make you go into dis-ease
That's
very
right.
quickly. Absolutely. And then our everybody's favorite newest
Our
product.
sparkling
Yeah.
protein. This stuff has made such a difference and we didn't know it when
Hmm.
it first came out. It's a little pricey. And so I was like, I don't know. Um, and then I tried it
Yeah.
and I thought, it's so filling. I haven't even been able to drink a full can. So we ordered little lids and we bought slim can lids
Yeah.
and you can put that on it. But even before we had the lids, it still stayed sparkly
Oh,
and
yeah.
fresh. So it's amazing. It's made from the highest ingredients. It's clinically proven to be effective and absorbed. It has leucine that gives you muscle growth and repair.
Yeah.
And you can make it into a mocktail. I mean, I like the one that's like it looks like a margarita.
Yeah.
But we also add it every day. I have it a little bit. I'll have like a third of a can, and then I add regular mineral water and then regular water, and I add the triple boost.
And that's been helping you get better sleep at night.
I couldn't believe it that I
Yeah.
was sleeping more because I haven't been able to sleep in a long time. And I've had some weight loss. And both of those things happened after I started this. So
Yep. And Ashlyn, my daughter, she just had her first baby and, she's breastfeeding, so she needs extra protein. And this is one of her new favorites. And she's taken it to work. She's a
I
director of
love
a
it.
hospital, and all the nurses are just going gaga over it. So it's a really powerful thing to put into your, daily
It's
regimen.
hard to believe it's so potent and powerful when it
Yeah,
tastes so good.
it does. It tastes like a Fresca.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. So. And moving on, both Dr. Sheckley was a pastor, a pilot, and an inventor. And of course, Roger has been the perfect person to keep his vision alive and healthy, pun intended. And I just want to read some quotes, or I guess I'll read one and you can read the other one.
Sure, you can read the top.
All right. So from Roger Barnett, built into the DNA of this company is that we care about the goodness and social benefits as much as we care about the money.
I love it.
Mhm.
And it's great that we're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau,
Yeah.
and they've paid over $9 billion to people like us.
Mhm.
And Roger said the only way we succeed is to make our customers healthier and our partners wealthier. And Roger is amazing. He was on the Metropolitan Opera Foundation board of directors. In fact, I think they had their groom's dinner at the
Mm.
Metropolitan Opera. I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
And he was chairman of the World Federation of Direct Selling. He was a keynote speaker for the World Economic Forum, the Global Leader for Tomorrow. He was the White House Conference on Aging, and of course, Yale Law, summa cum laude, senior editor of the Yale Law Journal, Harvard MBA. This guy hasn't been laying around.
No.
And there's a picture of Roger and Amy and Marty and I at one of our fabulous events. Whenever we have these events, he does things I've never seen done in this industry.
Yeah, that was
like he
awesome.
closed an aquarium in Atlanta and had a private party for us, and we could go in swim in with the dolphins and all the other stuff while we were there. And on the lower right, he's planting trees with Wangari Maathai, the first woman in East and Central Africa to earn a PhD. She also earned the Nobel Prize for the Environment.
That's right. And when she won the Nobel Peace Prize, Roger congratulated her in Swahili. And that's just one of the 5 languages
That's right.
that probably even more now that he speaks. So very impressive. And we're honored to have him at the helm for sure.
So one of the things we learned a long, long time ago is that you have to focus on what you have,
Yeah.
not what you lost. And here's just some things we are very grateful for. In this picture over on the far left, I'm holding her beautiful grandson, my great grandson, in the arm that I didn't break, but the arm that was already shattered, I'm holding just his feet with that.
Mhm.
So I was grateful for it. And there he is in a pumpkin. And there you are, Mima.
Yep. Yep. Nap time. And then them right after at the newborn photos, which was beautiful. And then we've got the backyard of the beach home down in Panama City Beach there
That's
at the
right.
fire,
Drive Oasis,
roasting some marshmallows.
our happy place.
Yeah.
And
And
then
the
the whole
whole
family.
family.
And that's what I
Yeah.
focus on when I'm going through valleys or wars.
Mm.
I focus on all the good things in my life.
Amen to that.
And when we started, we wanted, like I said, to make enough money just to pay for our products.
Mhm.
But it turns out other people want to do that too. When you grow a team, you can earn meaningful income. When I'm talking meaningful, that backyard of Beach Drive Oasis, she's a realtor in the Panhandle and specializes in income property. So she was looking for us, but I never dreamt we could buy two units. It's a upper
Yeah,
and a lower, and the upstairs is vaulted ceilings. Never dreamt we'd get that on Beach
I
Drive
did.
in Florida. Thank you for, yeah, you did. So when you grow a team, you can earn
Yeah,
meaningful income and help them do it too. You can build community and make a real difference in people's lives at scale.
that's
You
right.
can do this. You have everything it takes to do this business. I love that Dr. Shackley said the medical field's interested in treating disease. I'm interested in building health.
That's right. And Shagley is the only company with independent clinical proof on our supplements that they build health long term. And I mean, the studies are amazing if you go look at the stats. And people need what we have. People need this. Everyone's looking for a way to feel younger longer and live healthier, looking for ways to work from home. And this is a great way to do that. And you can make a difference by sharing Shackley. And thank you so much for taking the time to check this video out. And we just want to encourage you to get back with the
That's
person that
right.
shared it with you with any questions, and we'd be happy to answer them. And until next time,
Go get it. There's never been a better time. Like I said, we are ready for liftoff.